Auto Club Dragway in Fontana, California. In this corner, we have the 2017 Honda Civic Hatchback Sport. In this corner, we have a 2010 Honda Civic Si. And today we're here to see whether this can meet or even exceed the performance of this. But before we do that, let's take this one up into the mountains to see how it can handle a back road. Now, when most people think of the Honda Civic, they think of commuter cars. But there's a special party trick with this car, the Honda Civic Sport Hatchback, because it actually feels more at home on a back road. And right now, going through the twisties up here in the Alpine switchbacks, it just feels like it's meant to be here. This car is meant for commuting if your commute is up and down a mountain. And if your commute is up and down a mountain, you're going to be perfectly happy with your purchase decision if you buy this car, because the minute you start going fast and taking turns a little bit harder, it starts to come alive and it starts to feel more confident. See, in day-to-day traffic on the freeway, it feels like a typical Honda Civic. But then on a back road, it feels a little bit more expensive. When I drive quickly in the mountains in this car, I swear I can feel every metal panel engorging. It's like the car gets sexually aroused by me taking a turn hard, chucking it in, and exploring the limits of the adhesion of the tires. It's amazing how the character actually changes from commuter car when you're driving on the freeway to nice back road warrior on the weekends if you're having a good time up in the mountain roads up here. So if you're in the market for this car and you only plan on commuting back and forth to work, regular freeway driving and city driving, this car isn't going to be given its chance to shine if that's all you ever do with it. You have to take it on a mountain road or somewhere where there is technical, twisty, tight corners, because that's where the engineering of this vehicle begins to really show. It feels like some of that NSX DNA is coming through a little bit here. And it's interesting to think about what revolution the NSX started when it came out, because back in 1991, that was the first production car ever to have electrically assisted power steering. And back then, nobody complained about that. And Honda is a pioneer when it comes to having feel in electric power steering, because the feel that I'm getting out of the steering right now is pretty decent. I mean, it's not on the level of something hydraulic, but I have no complaints about the steering as far as driving right now. Now, if you're in a high-speed situation, it can be a little bit light on center, and that can be a little surprising sometimes. But overall, for the way that most people are going to be driving this car, this steering is tuned properly, especially for when you get it on these mountain roads and start chucking it in corners and making yourself smile. Now, this particular Civic Hatch Sport Turbo is equipped with really the transmission that you want, the 6-speed manual transmission. A CVT is optional, and that costs $800 extra. But this is a pretty good manual. It's precise, but it kind of feels a little bit flimsy. It's likely the Civic Si and the Civic Type R will have a better shifting feel to their manual transmissions. But for what this car is going to be used for, it should be fine for most people. Now, when it comes to the clutch, you feel like you're stepping on air, but that makes sense because this car is going to be used for commuting, and you want it to be as easy as possible for people to not even think about their ships. All right, so now getting into a part of the road here where it gets nice and technical, and taking this turn here a little sharply, just turns in really nicely, exits corners nicely, and the feel is direct to the steering. Does everything I need it to up here. Before we talk about this engine, let's see how it feels. Okay, now what you heard there wasn't me power shifting the car. It was actually some significant rev hang going on there. It's just something that happens in the tune of these Hondas, probably for emissions reasons or something like that. But it's something you got to deal with if you live with one of these cars every day and you want to drive spiritedly. Now what we're dealing with here is a 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, and it's pumping out 180 horsepower and just under 180 pound-feet of torque. Feels really good. This car weighs about 2,900 pounds. If it's stripped out completely, the LX versions are just over 2,800, and then if you have the Civic Touring Sport hatchback, that's going to be about 3,000. So the weight on these cars varies pretty significantly through the option lines, but this one here is about 2,900 pounds, and you can feel every one of the 180 ponies. Zero to 60 is about 6.8 seconds, the quarter mile is in the low 15s, and it feels every bit as fast as that. You're never left wanting for power in this thing. Seeing as you're never left wanting for power, why don't we take this to the track and see how it compares against an 8th gen Civic Si. All right, we're in staging right now against Jake's 2010 Civic Si. Bad start. Oh, that was fun. Did not expect that much wheel spin on a prepared track, so I gave it a little bit more. And the lights came up, the tree just started lighting up a lot quicker than I thought it would, so. All right, better luck next time. All right, gonna do a burnout. Staging right now. All right, here we go. Ready? Deep breath. A little bog there. I lost that one. It's probably going to be a 16.1 second quarter mile there. Bit of a bog. Going stage left this time at just a little bit of a staging burnout there. Oh man, leaving him in the weeds there. Alrighty, and here we come, quarter mile right there. Staged up, here we go. Pretty even. Oh man! Oh, this is even! Ah! That's awesome! Oh my god! That was pretty good! Alrighty. Didn't have a lot of time to talk at the start there. So much going on, but yeah, now we're in Jake's 2010 Honda Civic Si, an 8th gen Si, and man, that was pretty well matched. Oh, and he's got the muffler cut off this car, so hearing that VTEC in pure form is very refreshing after being in the new one that's very quiet. But like I said, it goes to show you that Civic Sport Turbo, not even an Si, is, as we can see right here, beating this car. He's staging right now. See how this goes. All right, he is staged now. Gonna make it. Ooh, I felt VTEC kick in. conservative there, just to see what a conservative launch would be like in the SI. Not too bad. You got a 15, oh my God, you got a 15.1 at 92. Good God. That's exactly what that car should be doing. All right, so a clear victory today for the 2017 Honda Civic Hatch Turbo. After plenty of time in the mountains and a whole day at the track, we've demonstrated that the 2017 Civic Hatch Sport gives the 2010 Si a run for its money. And when you consider this is the template for the upcoming Civic Si and Civic Type R, I can only imagine how good those cars are going to be.